Between 2017 and 2021, the Milton Keynes College Elite Football Academy programme dropped out of the non-league step system and applied to join the Midland Football League, being placed in the Under-21 Eastern Division, a development league attached to the normal Step 5 and 6 divisions that are in the MPL. They were placed into a division with Tamworth Under-21s, Russian Diamonds Under-21s, Kettering Town Under-21s and Coles Hill Under-21s, some teams with real quality at Step 1, 2, 3 and 4. The league was a Saturday morning league, making it ideal for ground hoppers and game hoppers alike. They continued to play at Tatno Sports Pavilion for the first season in the MFL before moving to their current home at Sports Central MK. Another AstroTurf cage, unfortunately, with no set hard standing area, but it does have a decent changing room and decent bar, so probably a little bit worse because it doesn't have the hard standing, but location wise it's significantly better than Tatno Sports Pavilion due to how close it is from MK Central Station, making it just a 5-minute walk from platform to outside the ground. Very easy for any travelling supporters of these under-21s teams that want to get there and go watch their team play. In their first season, they built on the previous season, coming fourth in a highly competitive 12-team division. The season opener was played at Pack Meadow as a team, largely unchanged from last season, took on Coles Hill Under-21s in front of 45 people, which is a pretty good attendance for the level. David Marstaller scored in the second half to tie the game up, as it ended 1-1. The notable introductions this season were Shaheem Ward, Real Bedford stalwart. He played a pivotal role in their promotion charge this season and previous seasons. Connor Coulson, who was registered last season but really actually played games this season, playing 22 games. He's played in goal and as a striker for multiple teams, notably Kings Langley, Harpenden, MK Irish, AFC Wales and Dunstable Town, among many others. Josh Bird, he signed on this season. He's currently at MK Royals in the North Bucks Intermediate, absolutely ripping it up, but had also spent times for David Keane's side, Old Bradwell United, in the Spartan South Midlands Division 2. They won 4 of their next 7 games though, not drawing another game until early November when they drew 1 against Quorn Under-21s. Before that game though, they did play in the Challenge Bowl against Kettering Town Under-21s, where local nomadic footballer Wesley Iroegbu, brother of Daniel Iroegbu, who's gone on to play for Ulster Abbey in Buckingham, scored in that game to tie the game. Not really do anything in the game though, as they fell to a 3-0 loss at the hands of the college. They unfortunately got knocked out in the next round on penalties against Aylstone Park Under-21s at Tatno. After that loss, they went on a 6-game winning run before losing 2 back-to-back games, but they did beat Aston Under-21s away on the final day to end their first season in the MFL on a victory. They bettered their finish the next season, finishing 3rd in the league behind Quorn and Bedworth. They were the only team not to draw a single game, which is a pretty impressive feat in itself, winning 13 and losing 7. The season saw the introduction of Luke Pyman, who's gone to play for Leighton Town, getting them promoted to Step 3, Luca Lodder, who's been ever-present up front for Dunstable Town the past 3 or so seasons, and being a stand-up player in the South Mids in general. Luke Moose has also signed, but he now finds himself at North Bucks Newbies Emberton. They seemingly struggled more this season, not winning until the 3rd game, losing to eventual champions Bedworth United and being knocked out of the Challenge Bowl by Continental Star in their first 2 games. They lost 2 out of their next 10 games though. In both fixtures they dropped 5 goals, which is a pretty poor record for losses. A 5-goal loss to Bedworth and a 5-1 defeat to Tamworth. Those 10 games, they did pick up their record victory so far, a 9-0 home win against Kettering Town. Both Ayomide Akinbubla and Morgan Emmett picked up hat-tricks to seal the win in front of 90 people at Tatno, which is probably a record attendance so far for their time at Tatno. They lost their last game of the season at home to Highgate United, with just Ayomide Akinbubla scoring as they fell to a 6-1 defeat. It wasn't really much better or worse than the previous seasons, but it's building a level of consistency at the level, which is a struggle for a lot of teams, but it's something that the college have done really well. Until the following season, where they fell down the league table, dropping into the bottom half for the first time so far. This isn't without a caveat though, as out of a possible 26 games, they only played 17, whereas most teams played between 18 and 24. This is due to the second half of the season falling just as the coronavirus began. This season was also their first at current home Sports Central MK, another Astro cage just inside MK City Centre. It also saw the introduction of Conor Boyce, now at MK Reserves, Tyler McGregor, double winning Real Bedford goalkeeper, and a player winner with Hitchin, Clinton Zor, who's MK Irish League Champion 100 club member, and Jonathan Asante, now recently relegated Sheffield Town and Campton. Their season opener was at home in front of a bumper crowd of 100 people against Heather St John's under-21s. The game was a cracking 3-3 draw, with future Step 5 player Luca Lodder and Luke Pyman scoring 2 of the goals for the college. On the HSJ side, future Nuneaton Town record goal scorer, top goal scorer this season probably will be record goal scorer Kyle Jardine, got one of their 3 goals. In the following game, they avenged last season's 6-1 defeat as they beat Highgate United 5-1 away from home to progress into the next round of the Challenge Bowl, but that didn't last long as they succumbed to an 8-1 defeat away to FCV Stamford with just a bare 11 in the second round of the bowl. They struggled for any consistency across the rest of the season, which, to give you a taste of the strange form, I've compiled 5 results in a row between November and January. A 6-1 win against Leicester Nirvana, 5-0 loss away to Quorn United under-21s, 4-1 loss at home to Leicester Football Education Academy, 9-2 win against NKF Burbage, and then a 3-2 loss at home to FCV Stamford. Real inconsistency, which perhaps is shown within the rotation of the squad and the age of the players, but it's also a ridiculous run of form, just at all. But at least there's always goals, not drawing or really losing games, and always getting a goal here or there. Their season ended on the last weekend of February due to the COVID-19 lockdowns and pandemic. Their final game was a 3-2 loss away to Beaumont Park. Charles Johnson and Shane Moore getting the final goals of the season. Their final season in the MFL was played during the peak of COVID and therefore only saw 7 games played by the college out of a possible 18. The season began on the second week of September and ended by the last week of October, which has got to be a record for one of the shortest seasons in football history, maybe only being pipped by the Welsh Summer League. Some of the new players that came through the season were Dan Woolley, who's a playoff winner with Winslow United and amazing player at Step 7 with Stony Stratford. George Rose, nomadic Step 4 and 5 goalkeeper known for his time at Dunstable and Biggleswade. Mason Cooling, new Bradwell Step 7 champion. And Keelan Plumbridge, former Aylesbury Vale goalkeeper, now GK coach for the academy. The academy won just 2 games all season, scoring only 12 and conceding over 25 goals across 7 games in the league. They played 5 out of 7 games at home, picking up points against Basford United, where both top goal scorer Bryce Barnes Garner and Jonathan Asante scored to get the victory, and the second win was in the penultimate game of the season, where Clinton Zor and Jonathan Asante hit the net to see out a 3-2 victory against FCV Stamford. In their final game of the Midland Football League, they faced Heather St John's at Sports Central. Just 10 people got to witness the game though. Probably a good thing as St John's destroyed the college 9-1 with Bryce Barnes Garner scoring their last goal in the Midlands Football League. In many ways, the move across the MFL allowed them to play a higher quality of opposition and test themselves against teams in a bigger league, against Step 3, 4, 5 under-21 clubs. During the elite group's time in the Midland Football League, some of their standout players came through, which is a real testament to the quality of the coaching and facilities the club had to offer. After the 2020 season though, they moved across the Sparta Midlands League Division 2, entering at their highest level yet, Step 7 of the English football pyramid. But we'll see how far they've gotten and how well they're doing in the next video, the final part of this 3-part series. But on that note, thank you very much for watching, I hope you enjoyed. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one about a week's time. Peace.